Rock bottle on the track, boy.
Around town, everybody in my city know what's going down. Who got the newest contribution, the new sound? Where we need to go to be around. Around town, around town. Who was doing what and who was doing it where? Where we need to patronize so we can go there. Who we need to hook up with and who we need to share. Around town, around town. Around town, around town. Around town, around town. Hey everyone, it's your girl Jenny with a G, and I'm here with Around Town. Today we have the special, the legend, the queen, Miss Tay Winston. How are you today, Tay?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So let's start off today about telling us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what school you went to, things like that.
So I'm from Dayton, Ohio. I went to Middledale High School. I'm a mother of a 12-year-old son named Chase. He's autistic. I love him to death.
Okay.
And I just consider myself a serial entrepreneur.
Okay. Yeah. So before you started your businesses, what were you doing?
So I was a case manager for mental health.
Really?
I was there for 9 years. And that changed when I had a son that was autistic. I couldn't work in mental health and then, go home to it too. So
right.
That kind of changed the game.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So, starting back to your pop-ups, when you were doing the food truck rallies, fashion meets food trucks and stuff, where did you get the idea and what made you want to start that?
So, I had hosted one event. This is when pop-up shops was like non-existent. Right. Me and a girl named Ashley Kinsley, we were talking and we were talking about just like putting businesses together and hosting events or whatever. Okay. And we did a couple and I just fell in love with it. Like a lot of people would come to me and be like, oh my God, I sold out. And it got so big that I couldn't even go to work. Like I was getting inboxes at my job, like, when is your next event? When is your next event? And people would just do so well that I was like, we need to do this more often. And one day I was in Yellow Springs and there was a food truck rally. And I was like, that's sad that we have to come to Yellow Springs and other places to have food truck rallies when we have food trucks on the west side of Dayton. Okay. So that was my idea, whatever, to start promoting food trucks. So I started getting in contact with food trucks, going places, getting their information, and I brought a food truck rally to Dayton, and I just felt like we deserved it. And then I was like, okay, I deal with small business vendors. Let's connect the two. So that birthed Fashion Meets Food Truck Rally because I wanted to give a platform for food and I wanted to give a platform for retail. Okay. So I just put it all together because it was needed.
Right, right, and it was. So is that where you started the idea with the marketplace?
Yep.
So where did that come into play?
So the marketplace came from that. So once the food truck rallies got crazy, people were like, when are you having another event? When are you doing it again? And I'm like, oh, shoot, okay. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I have a full-time job. So I was like, I don't know when I'm doing it again. So I just ended up stepping out on faith. I bought a shuttle bus, and that's when I was Fashion Remedy back then. I was a boutique. Right. So I bought a shuttle bus, took all the chairs out. That was my first leap of faith. I had turned into a retail store. Okay. And that went good. I ended up setting up in a mall, which I'm not going to say what mall. Okay. And I used to be a vendor there, and they didn't like how good I was doing, and they made me leave. And I was just in the middle of the mall, how the mall do vendors, and they made me leave. They blocked me and stuff like that. So all of that motivated me to open the marketplace because I was like, man, this don't feel good. I need to create a safe space for small businesses because if they can do it to me, they'll do it to someone else. You know what I mean?
Man, you're so right.
So on top of the vendors needing me, I wanted to create a safe space. So that's what birthed the marketplace. It was a place with different chefs, and it was small businesses inside, and it was an everyday location where people could come and set up and sell their products on a regular basis, and it was safe. You're not going to put out because you're doing good.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
We're going to support you and keep you doing good. So that's how that came into play.
Yes, a blessing, a blessing. And how hard was it to actually start it? Was it a hard process to get all the vendors into a building?
It wasn't hard. The hardest part was having other people see your vision. You know, when you got a vision, your parents don't see it. You know, other people don't see it. But I had a guy, his name is Jeff Jackson, and he's amazing. And he watched me. He's seen a lot of stuff I do, and it made sense to him. He came to my events and everything, so it made sense to have because I was the first like place, a pop-up shop store. I was the first one, you know, so it was like crazy to everyone. But he understood it. He was like, I think you do need a place. I was tired of renting out banquet halls or, you know, going here, going there. I wanted a place to call home, and he was in Wright Dunbar, and he helped me get my first location, and I'll never forget him.
Okay. I love that. Yeah. I love that.
My mom wasn't on board or other people, but he was.
That's what's up. That's what's up. It only takes one.
It only takes one to believe in you. Seriously.
No, seriously. Real talk. Yeah. It does. So I know that you're also on a lot of city boards. Can you tell us about a couple of them and how you got started in getting involved in city projects?
Yep. So it was important to me because when I say I love my city, I have to stand on that. You know, I have to do the work, you know, and it's not just hosting events, it's behind the scenes. So I'm on like the chief advisory board where I sit with the chief of police every month.
Really?
Yep. And that was important because, you know, we hold the city accountable. You know, when there's all this senseless things with the police, we get to sit and analyze it and, you know, bring stuff to the table. And then Human Services Levy, that was important because we handle stuff like Wesley Center and Boys and Girls Club. You know, those places that we knew as kids, we keep the funding there. So, you know, it's nice to have some say-so in that and see them doors stay open. YWCA, which is an important place for like women that, you know, has been through domestic violence. So all of that stuff is very important to me. And then I'm with public health. We do a Queen Village or whatever where we help mothers or whatever. Other mothers that have been battered and have issues. So a lot of the boards I'm on, even like the Oregon District, I got on that one for diversity. You know, I wanted to see more of a mix of people. I wanted our crowd and other crowds to come, and I'm just all about community. Community to me is everyone, because I say I'm for everybody. So I'm not just for one person. So if I'm somewhere, I'm there trying to just bring a different feel than what has been.
Okay. And as we can see, it's one of the best ideas ever.
Thank you.
We knew you were amazing, but we didn't know you were this amazing.
You're amazing, too. That's why I would never tell you no.
Listen, you inspire so many, and you've brought a whole bunch of different retailers and vendors together under umbrella. You've kind of greenhoused many, yes, you've greenhoused many businesses, and I know the city for that alone is appreciative because you're giving people a start who otherwise might have took longer getting into a store, might have never got into a store, probably can't afford a store or whatever. And also made them a family to also be able to branch off of each other. You know, if I don't got it, she's selling.
And that's the goal.
And I love that about, I've watched the community grow. I know a lot of your different retailers and stuff. I love a lot of them. I love shopping there. So that definitely was it.
Thank you.
Okay, so we were talking about the food trucks and your amazing son, Chase.
Oh, Lord,
tell us a little bit about him and his food truck.
So a lot of people still don't know about autism, even though it's affecting families daily. Like autism is a pretty common thing now.
Yes, it is.
And I wanted to spread awareness or whatever. And this is where we're first getting started at because I'm starting a nonprofit for him too. But I wanted to raise awareness. Plus, I want him to know he don't have to work. You know, it's so many parents like mine that, you got to go to college to be great and all of that. And I'm like, Chase is autistic. He might not be able to go to college.
Right.
So what's the other option for him? You know what I mean? If you can't go to college, what's next? So that was my idea to have him a food truck or whatever. And he likes concession stand food. So I was like, what better way than to have Chase concessions and serve the food he liked and bring other autistic kids on and let them feel appreciated and help, you know, serve food on there or whatever. And he just feels good about it. That's what makes me happy. Like when we ride past it, he point at it and he know what it is. And, you know, no matter what he's going through, he knows now that he's loved and, you know, I got something to call my own. So that was the goal because it's a hard world out here and it's a judgmental world. And I just wanted to have my son back and just let him know, like, you're valued no matter what.
And that's awesome.
Thank
that
you.
is awesome.
Thank you.
That is a thing. Autism awareness.
It's
More and more people need to be more aware.
Yes.
I myself have been educating myself because I have friends with autistic kids. And a lot of things
common.
people don't know. And even with the early signs of kids that they don't know are autistic. It's untreated autistic kids. It's a lot of them. So
and parents are in denial too. And that's what breaks my heart the most is the parents that like, don't try to get help. You know what I mean? So that's what I encourage too. Like, it only makes it worse or whatever. Even if you feel like autism is embarrassing, you don't want your child to have autism. If they got it, they got it. And it's your job to support them, because it does nothing but make it worse if they don't have that help and that love. You know what I mean? So I'll just leave that message too. I encourage people, if they see a symptom or feel like something's going on with their kid, to really try to, seek help and get in there. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. So, is it hard being a full-time mom and being a full-time businesswoman on top of being on all these boards and everything? How hard is that? I know that's a lot, and especially with your son being autistic, you have to give him extra attention and time.
It's hard, and I think the hardest part is the community. I think people still don't know how much I do. So, like, people don't understand. So, like, when you get those messages and stuff, and, people just want you to respond fast, or she's being funny or stuff like that. Nobody puts themselves in your shoes. Nobody know the work you're doing or whatever. I can balance it all. I just need people to be patient with me. So, I think that's the most frustrating is, the community just not being patient. Like, because you're right. From when I wake up till I go to bed, I'm doing something. I'm either being a mom or I'm serving the community. You know what I mean? And, yeah, it can be rough. And I just want some grace. I just be, even when it comes to friends, I think friends make it hard too, because it's like, oh, but I want to see you, and it's like, oh, but I got work to do. You know what I mean? I'm gonna miss some of those parties, girl. I ain't gonna be able to hang out no more like I used to. You know what I mean? Like, but I still want you to love me the same. I still want you to know that I haven't changed. My life just changed, but do that make me a less of a friend?
Right.
So those are some of the things that make it hard for me, is just the community and friends not understanding your journey.
Right.
Yeah.
And doing so many things. I can only imagine.
Yeah, they're used to me working a 9 to 5 and just coming home and being free, but it's not like that no more.
Right. Right. You got to do what you got to do. Yeah. They're going to have to, understand and roll with it, because
roll out.
It's just
a lot of them been rolling out. I'm like, hey, ain't nothing I can do.
As I like to say, get with it or roll over.
Like, God did this. Ain't nothing I can do.
And exactly. And definitely don't let nobody dampen none of the things you got coming, because...
And you're human, so you'll start feeling bad for the stuff you're doing until you snap out of it. You'll be like, dang, am I doing the wrong thing? I'm losing friends and stuff, because you're a human being. But, when you know your calling, you just got to just roll with it and just go tunnel vision.
Yep, because what's for you is for you.
What's for you is for you. God may not want them to be your friends no more.
And that's the
that
thing,
may be
too.
A season.
That's the thing. They say it may be their season.
Even though a season is hard, maybe they season.
No, for real. Yeah. No, for real. And that's because anybody who loves you and really supports you is going to roll with you regardless. Because I got
plenty of friends that then, like, elevated like crazy, and I just roll with their new schedule. Whatever. If we can't talk all the time no more, I'm down. I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I support you. Right. So whatever it takes for you to win, it ain't about me.
Say that.
Win.
Say
Go
that.
win.
That part.
Yeah. So.
Listen, we need way more of you. So we got to know the business Tay a bit. Let's talk about the personal Tay.
Okay.
So what do you like to do when you do get a moment? Like when you like to relax or have fun, what do you like to do?
I'm in love with music. So my piece most of the time, I'm so crazy. I lay in the bed for hours and I even know it's hours and put on some headphones and just listen to music. And when I listen to music, it brings on my creativity too. Okay. Sometimes when I listen to music, I write down stuff and it takes me somewhere. That's like my best self-care is like listening to music. And you can't feel music more than when you put on headphones. Like people laugh at me because I do have some beats. I got the new headphones. I got the new earplugs too for the iPhone. But I got beats too for when I'm at home because I want to feel it. That's when my creativity come out. So yeah, I have the big old school headphones when I'm at home because I want to hear the music. I do. So that's my main self-care, and I love Mexican. So that's my other self-care. I will go get some tacos and a margarita in a minute.
Say tacos and margaritas.
I'm talking about on a Friday, a Saturday, a Monday.
Say that it's never the wrong time. Listen, we can just spirits on that.
Give me a Mexican gift card and we got good, okay?
Period. Tacos and margaritas. Man, no, seriously. Yes. I love it. So, the big question.
Okay.
Are you dating anyone at this time?
No, and it's so crazy because it's like, I don't know. Just sometimes I just be like, maybe God just ain't ready. But you know what I mean? I'm not. And you know, and for me, I try to, because I feel like when I really end up liking somebody, I will give them my time. But I'm going to really have to like them. And guess what? They're going to have to be understanding too. Because again, I'm not that 9-to-5 girl.
Exactly.
But a lot of men and stuff like to complain, oh, I don't see you. Well, why don't you come to the store and visit me? Why don't you plan something in advance, like, Tay, next Friday, let's go to dinner. You can't just pop up and be like, hey, tomorrow let's go to the movies. My life don't work like that. Try to be considerate and plan it. Be patient with me. I'm building right now or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's just about finding someone that understand my lane and don't make it about them and support me. You know, what's wrong with you coming to the store? We can eat lunch in the office at the store. You know what I mean? Like, you know, come talk to me there, you know, but I'm not dating. Like, I'm literally not entertaining not a soul.
Your Lord,
Nobody.
you might blow up after this, girl. They gonna be like, what?
Like, come correct, because I'm not
come
settling.
correct.
I'm
So
not
that
settling.
leads us to our next question, because we know you're not selling. So what is Tay looking for in a man?
What is Tay looking for in a man? My man don't have to be perfect, but I want him to be wanting to go somewhere.
Okay.
I don't want a comfortable man. I want a man that's ambitious and see himself. Even if he's not there yet, he may want to get there. You know what I mean? Because one thing about me, I pour in cups all day. I pour in my vendors' cups. I pour in everybody's cups. So I'm going to help you get there. I'm going to motivate you. But you have to want to be something. You know, you got to care about yourself or whatever. And you got to, you know, I like men that can show emotion. You have to show emotion with me. I'm the reassurance. You better reassure me and compliments and all that. I want it all, you know. And I'm gonna do the same for you. I'm not selfish because I'm all about pouring in a man's cup too. I'm for you and you for me.
Period.
But I shouldn't have to wonder, oh, do my man really love me? Do he like me or nothing like that? I want them cute texts. I'm corny like that. Send me a text you think about me. Send me a text I looked good earlier when I was leaving out for the store or something like that. You know what I mean? But like so many men don't understand that they feel like showing emotion is a bad thing.
And the romance.
But women in a romance, but women love that. Like, let me feel appreciated. Tell me that I look good and stuff. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, no, I'm not about to guess. I'm not about to wonder if you like me.
Right.
Make me feel it. Let me know, because I'm gonna do the same for you. You know what I mean? So that's what I look for in a man. It's like ambition and just knowing what they want and being able to communicate. Yes.
Yes.
And at least having your stuff together a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't take care of yourself, you shouldn't be dating.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
ain't got no place, no car and stuff, you really shouldn't be dating. So you should at least be able to take care of yourself.
You got bigger fish to fry.
You got way bigger fish to fry. I'm not sneaking in Aunt Josephine's house to come and see you. You should definitely have your own place. I'm not driving from my way house. I'm not driving from my house to come grab you and stuff. So yes, you do have to be independent.
Right.
Like, yes, we're grown. Stuff happened and all of that, but when I was in the hard rock, I wasn't trying to date.
Okay.
So don't date if you ain't.
Listen,
there. Yeah.
I mean, it just makes sense.
We're not sneaking in your mama's basement. We're 85 years old. We're not doing that.
That part. No. So you do want to get married one day? I do,
and I'm a single mother. My child father isn't around. Okay. Or whatever. Nobody's, of course, going to be my son's dad, but I do want a man there, and that's important to me. And I move like a wife already. Like, first of all, I have a name, so that's important. But I don't sleep around or nothing. I pretty much, I've been waiting for a long time. I'm not messing with anybody. When I say I'm single in real life.
That mean you ready.
That mean can't no man be like, I was just at her house. None of that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I do. I do want to be married. I do want a good father figure for my son. And I do want the big house and, everything. Me and my husband buying buildings and stuff together and just doing great things. Yes. And I believe it's going to happen. It's just timing. But yeah, I want all that.
And it is. Timing is everything.
It is, yeah.
So what are your goals? What do you hope to accomplish one day? What is something Tay wants to do that she hasn't done?
Tay is going to buy the block. Tay is going to
buy the block.
Yes, and
buy the block.
I'm saving every day to make sure that happens. But I want to just create bigger platforms. You know what I mean? This is just the start of it. I want a big building with everything in one. I want a big building with the first floor food, second floor this and that. You know what I mean? Like I just want to, and then I just want a block of businesses. Like I want to just keep creating lanes. Like I said, my goal is to not have what happened to me happen to anyone else, which was getting put out of a place or nothing like that. I want to see us win and create those avenues. So I just want to, I want to continue to grow. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like I'm still just getting started.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So that leads us into what can we expect now from Tay? And you got some soft opening today or something coming up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So tomorrow is District Market. I used to have an entrepreneurs marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
I closed that down when the food hall came across the street from
Okay.
in Wright Dunbar or whatever. I feel like we still needed to do it though because there's no place for startups.
Right.
The food hall, and most of the food hall tenants were my tenants in the marketplace, or they had their food trucks working with me.
Okay.
But they end up, getting more bigger, so they were able to go in the food hall. But I want to get people out their kitchens and stuff from at home. So District Markets are people that was in their kitchen, didn't know what to do to get certified with public health, and didn't know how to become great from there. So I'm taking people out their homes into commercial
selling
kitchens,
dinners,
selling dinner. Hey, come on, 54 something street. We're taking you from that.
Yes,
and you're gonna come to 200 Wayne, and we're gonna show you the proper way. To get a commercial kitchen, clean your food and stuff properly. Follow public health procedures and do it the right way. And then guess what? When you do it that way, you will get more caterers and stuff because I'm connected with city people and everything like that that's going to taste your food and see your work. So you're going to go bigger. You're going to, you know what I mean? But it's just about getting them out the house.
Right. You're right.
Until the next phase. And everybody can't leave their house and open a store. So what do? So they need District Market.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
for the people who, are you already full at District Market, or can people still apply to try to get in District Market?
Yep, people can still apply.
And how do they do that?
District Market. Yep, you're fine. So District Market is on Facebook and Instagram. They can always send us a message or whatever. We are full for right now, but it's always subject to change. Plus, I'm looking at giving everyone about 6 to 7 months to learn it or whatever, and then try to give more people opportunity anyway. So it's permanent, but it's not. You know what I mean?
Another greenhouse.
So once I feel like you reach that level, I'm going to start connecting you to people that have spaces and, getting you with banks and stuff to try to get you your own brick and mortar and let someone else come in and be great. So that's my thing. Just like Philip Morgan, he was one of my biggest successors. He was, he's about to open up in Wright Dunbar. Oh yes, he's in the store, right? He's at District right now. But he's one of the people that came in with a 6-foot table and a sign, and he's about to open his brick and mortar. So I just want more fields. I want more people like Phil that just got a dream and want to do great, and I want to take them to the next level. So yeah.
Well, these are definitely the things that we have been watching you do. And if the city has not given you your kudos, honey, I'm here to give them to you because I've been watching from the beginning. You have inspired. I admire you. I love it. And it's like I see the things you're doing, like the coming in and just bringing the community together, the selflessness, the commitment, the giving of your time. And so, yes, I want to tell you just how.
I see what you and your man doing too. And y'all doing great stuff too.
We be all over the place. We getting it together.
Y'all on half a day too. So I am not alone. We're not going to leave y'all out too. So thank you for what you guys are doing as well.
Thank you, love. It takes the inspiration to inspire inspiration.
Same here. Same here.
Okay, well, we're going to leave a little bit on the table because we definitely plan on having you come back.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to get you in here with some of your vendors.
Okay.
I can't wait to get Miss Mermaid Kisses in here.
Ain't she amazing?
And Chelsea and the whole crew. So, yes, definitely can't look forward to having you guys back.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you coming.
You.
Definitely, this was an honor.
Yes.
Appreciate everything.
Thank you.
So that's about it for our first episode of Around Town. It's your girl, Jenny with a G. Thanks to the amazing Tay Winston. And we'll see you around town.
Rock bottle on the track, boy.
Around town, everybody in my city know what's going down. Who got the newest contribution, the new sound? Where we need to be, need to go to be around. Around town, who was doing what and who was doing it where? Where we need to patronize so we can go there. Who we need to hook up with and who we need to share. Around town. Around town, around town. Around town, around town.